Hello, readers and fun people. It's me, Nagi Niowa 101. Okay, this is not a gaming thing. I was going to go on today, but yeah, I got sidetracked. I usually love to read, so go figure I'd actually get into some books and talk about something that I love. Alright, I am a practicing Wiccan, and I've always felt that we should actually have some manga or books that actually show our religious beliefs in a very positive, well, in a very positive light. And, truth be told, I was not disappointed. There are several books, and such that do show our religion in a very positive light, and can be a bit fantastical at the same time, but still be positive. I speak of course, a very wonderful set of books, one of which is called The Flying Witch. And this is by a person named Chihiro Ishizuka, and it's about a very directionally challenged young girl named Makoto Kawata, who goes to live with her cousins out in the country. Well, the area is actually Aomori Prefecture, and she starts to learn all about the world around her and how amazing the magical world can be. Not to mention learning to fly on a broom and all of her really neat friends. I'm up to book 4 on this one currently, and it's a very positive look at witchcraft in a very nice, positive form versus some of the negatives. Now, the next set is actually up to book 9, which is the Ancient Magus Bride book series. And the manga is actually pretty good. The anime is awesome. And, oh, The Flying Witch is also an anime. I highly recommend if you want to watch it. I recommend it for many reasons, is that I like stuff that is positive and shows our religion to be less negative and more of a commonplace, everyday type of thing. In Flying Witch, it shows it in a very positive manner, where Makoto, yeah, she can be directionally challenged, but she can also show you that there is a positive light to everything, and she is also a wonderful seamstress, as well as some of her commonplace or mundane types of things. So, yeah. In Ancient Magus Bride, though, this one here, we have the character Chisa Hitori, or Hitori, sorry, I can't pronounce Japanese words sometimes. I'm very apologetic about this. She ends up actually being what is considered a person that can see spirits anywhere and everywhere. She is called a Slaybagi. A Slaybagi is a person who is, like I said, can see ghosts, spirits, gods, and she becomes linked with a spirit named Elias. Elias is a, here's a good picture of him. Okay. Now, he is a spirit of complete chaos or evil, but he's not so evil in the story. He ends up actually being her savior, and also keeps her from actually feeling like the world is a very lonely place, because Slaybagis don't live very long. So, yeah, she ends up becoming part of the whole thing. She also learns about the world around her, and about the spiritual realms of fairies, vampires, sometimes werebeasts, and dragons. And honestly, it's also a very good positive take on the belief structures of what Wicca and other pagan beliefs actually are part of. I personally do believe in the god and goddess, and I also follow a very different path than most people. There's no real path that you can actually follow that is the correct path, that is the path that you wish to follow. is yours and nobody else's. So that's my take on it. It may not jive well with others, but it's still a part of who we are as individuals. Everything that you see that I picked out for the storyline is based on individual choices. Like I said, with most people, I don't expect everything to go with everybody, including Ancient Magus Bride or the Flying Witch series. There are probably about a dozen more very positive pagan stories that are out there. And honestly, I've picked these two because they actually show a lot of what I believe in, as well as probably everybody else's beliefs. If you really want to get into anime, I have several different ones that actually are pretty good and follow along a lot of our belief structure in some sense. So I'm going to start with one that actually is a few years old and has been around for a while. I recently just got disc 4 of this one, but if you are of any religion, I will highly recommend Heiben Renmei. Heiben Renmei was the line of the people are actually in another world and have come into this world as gray-feathered people and follow the rules that a Heiben cannot be given money, a Heiben cannot accept cash for the duties they do, but instead are given other things to barter with. While everyone trades with money, everything else is different. Again, I do recommend that to anybody who loves anime. And I do, like I said, I have a dozen other animes I do recommend to people. And let me just say, another really good one, and I do recommend it to some people. Let me see if I can find it. There it is The Wolf Children. Another good one. This is actually a movie. And unlike a lot of the stuff I pick out, like I say, I usually pick stuff that is very positive and has sort of a warm feel to it. I'm usually a very dark anime person, so you could probably guess that I will also recommend My Neighbor Totoro and Princess Mononoke. Again, those are my recommendations if you want to find something that is pagan positive. Again, I wanted to choose stuff that was light and airy, nothing too dark and depressing. There's other animes out there. Tweeny Witches is a good one, but I don't have a copy of that currently. I lost it. Yes, I had it. But, again, I lost it. But Tweeny Witches is good. There's also many other great series out there that you can look for that have a very positive message for you. And if you are pagan, just look for stuff that is actually shows a lot of your belief structure, as well as a respect for everything else. Another good one is actually based off of a story called Night on the Galactic Railroad. I've mentioned this a dozen times on many other videos, so I will show you what I got. Alright. This is one of them. Ta-da! But yeah, I always pick stuff that is usually, like I said, very positive, has a very nice message to give people, and usually does have its equal sides of light and dark. And when I tell people about Night on the Galactic Railroad, it is based off a short story by a man named Kenji Miyazawa. I actually have the novelization right here. This is one of the translations, one of the latest translation. I actually have one other translation of the book, And that one is actually done, this is by Julianne Neville, who's one of the students of Roger Palver. And her rendition of the book is a little more put together than his and one other person who did the translation as well. Again, I do recommend it. It's just sets of stuff that I've recommended for years for people. Since originally this was supposed to be on a gaming channel, I'm trying to actually just work on miscellaneous things, but also wanted to show some positivity and really good international authors that I've actually come to respect over the years. Later on, I may talk about SAO or other authors that I've come across that really do draw the attention to my love for books. So, yes, I love to read. So, yeah, as you can see in the back of me, I have, well, if you look behind me, I have a ton of books. So, yeah. I will tell you I love to read, and I'm not lying to you, okay? So, anyway, I'm going to close this vlog out. And I do say, if you are watching this, please give Flying Witch, Ancient Magus Bride, and Night on the Galactic Railroad, The Wolf Children, and Hyben Reme a chance. They are wonderful pieces of literature and manga and anime. And honestly, it's old school, but it's good school. So, have a nice night.